Hello, my name is Brenda, and I will be your instructor for Introduction to Calligraphy, Foundation Strokes, and more. I look forward to working with each of you in this class, and I especially hope you have fun, learn a whole lot, and that you desire to continue with your studies to more advanced classes in the future. Calligraphy, by definition, is the art of lettering. But what happens when you have the lettering skill? It forces you into the outer reaches of art, where you begin to see so many uses for calligraphy lettering and more. You'll find it will open your mind to all types of art and all aspects of art. Calligraphy has been around for thousands of years. Scribes have written in beautiful hands, or what's called fonts, in all styles of work from the Bible to the Constitution. If you have a pen, a pencil, or something rather sharp, and some ink, you have the basic tools to use your calligraphy skills. As you can see, there are many tools of the trade. Nibs and nib holders are the main tools used by penmen or scribes. Nibs that are sharp and pointy are the ones we're going to be using in class. But you see there are flat-edged, split, and pronged nibs as well. And you'll also note that every city in the country has someone using these nibs and hand lettering. There's also a script that we will delve into if you choose, which is a modern script, and those are used by computer usage and/or with a marker. What you are seeing now is what is called illumination. Generally, the first letter of the page or piece is enlarged, and then a medium called gesso is applied to portions of the letter. Once dried, the gesso supplies a slightly raised letter effect, and then when gold leaf is applied, you have a glorious letter appearing out of nowhere. Once you add in the requisite red and the dark blues, the effects are spectacular. A calligrapher will generally produce this letter and produce it for a commercial venture. In past years, and more than 100 years ago, these were the front of every sentence or the front of every paragraph. Today, unfortunately, it's limited to commercial ventures. So at this point, you may be asking yourself, if I learn calligraphy, how do I use my new talent? Well, that's easy. The obvious way is to produce or provide services for weddings. A wedding suite, which is consistent of an invitation, response card map, or possibly even the save the date card, is generally what people think is all that can be done with calligraphy. However, I want to show you there's more than that in your calligraphy use. You may want to produce art for yourself, for your wall, or for friends as gifts. Glassware today and wooden plaques are very popular calligraphy items, some done with etching and some with a burner. You may want to make illumination. You might want to do window signage. If you've ever been to a mall, you've probably seen their window with lots of beautiful lettering on it, maybe announcing a special. Also, you might want to do diplomas and certificates depending on where you live. You may be in a college town that uses a lot of certificates for a lot of wonderful graduates. There are many more ideas to explore, but this is just an idea for today. Following now are several samples of work that you might want to look at, just as an idea of what you might be able to do yourself. There's illumination letters that are very popular, along with planning and outlining and executing company logos. Of course, there's your envelopes and cards and your lettering for the same. Then there's a piece of wall art, a mandala, and a few more examples of what you might want to work on towards the end of the class. You might want to pen a book or illustrate that same book. My character is Wally, and I created for a children's book. These examples are just a few examples of what you'll find when you find your niche or lane. Once you have just a little bit of skill, I promise, you're going to be so excited to take this class further and find your niche and where you can take your calligraphy skill. However, we need to find out what the purpose of this class is for now. So what we're going to be doing in this class is teach you the foundation for calligraphy. Just like a house, you need a good, solid foundation. Calligraphy will not stand up on its own or look correct without it. You will no longer think of a letter of the alphabet the same way. Each foundational stroke is simple, yet vitally important to learn, so when your house is complete, metaphorically speaking, you will have a lasting skill to use for your future. You will also be able to move to the next level of class, where you will learn the lower and uppercase letters and how to connect them, and then how to flourish those same letters. In this class, the first classes we take after we get our supplies will be the upstroke. The next one will be the downstroke, which is sometimes called the line of universal beauty. The underturn, the overturn, the compound curve, the oval, or many call it the ellipse, the ascending loop, and the descending loop. There's 8 in all, and we will learn them through the next 8 lessons. At the end of the lesson, we're going to do a project, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun for everyone to take a look at your surroundings and see if you can see some of these very same forms in nature or in your home or where you work or just out and about. You'll be surprised. In Class 2, we're going to discuss all of the supplies that you will need, and there will be a series of downloads that will be required for the class. I look forward to starting on your adventure into calligraphy. With your help, we will also produce that wonderful project at the end of the class, and hopefully it will be as interesting to you as I think it is, and I had a whole lot of fun making up what I want to show you as my project. So thank you for joining me, and let's move on to class number 2.